Hello, welcome to today's vinyasa practice. You won't be needing any props today unless you need a block handy nearby is fine, but otherwise nothing required, just your mat and yourself. We're just going to start in a seated position. You're welcome to kneel or just stay seated with your legs crossed. Just give the shoulders a little roll up, back and down just to allow them to loosen. And then start to come to stillness. And again, closing the eyes if you haven't already. If you would like to here, I invite you to flip your palms up. Curl your index finger into your thumb. And then place the tip of your thumb on your middle and ring finger. On both hands. The pinky finger just extends out gently, keeping it relaxed. Let the backs of the hands be heavy on your thighs or your knees. And just becoming aware of the space behind your third eye. That dark space stretching out before you. And then draw your attention to your breath. Resting your attention wherever you can find the easiest way to be aware of your inhale and exhale. This might be at the tip of the nose, the upper lip, the chest, the ribs, or the belly. And just find an ease as you rest your awareness with the breath. This settling sensation finding stillness even as the breath flows in and out. And I invite you to start to deepen the breath, adding a count to the inhale and exhale. So allowing all of your breath out of the body. And on your next breath in, inhale for 6. Once you get to the top of the breath, hold for 2. And then exhale for 4. And just continue, inhaling for 6. Holding for 2, exhaling for 4. Seeing if you can send your breath deep down into the belly. And then with the exhale, you're really sending that breath up out of the belly, through the chest, out the mouth. Just a couple more rounds here in your own count. I'll leave you in a little bit of silence. And then make this one your last one, inhaling for 6. Holding for 2. Exhale 4. Just come back to your natural breath. Release the hands, either palms facing up, or you can turn your palms to face down on your knees or your thighs. And then blink open your eyes. When you're ready, bring yourself over into a child's pose. So sending your bottom back to your feet. with your arms reaching long in front of you. If you can, bring your head all the way down to your mat. You might prefer to have your block here under your forehead, but feel supported. So if you need to bend your elbows, maybe stack your fists or your hands to support your head. But either way, everything feeling supported on the floor. And as you rest here in child's pose, feel that solid earth beneath you. Feeling the firmness of your mat on the floor. The heaviness of your body in this safe, grounded position. Feeling grounded and feeling safe and like you belong is a really fundamental part of being human. It's important to feel grounded, safe, secure in order to go forward and try new things, go on adventures, or even just day-to-day challenges that we can face. Having that grounding first and that solidity in ourselves helps us to then spring forward into new things. So today, as we move throughout the practice, I invite you to feel this groundedness, the connection of your body to the earth. And then from that position of grounding and trust and security, maybe you'll feel inspired to try new things. And even if you don't, that is also fine. It's just an invitation. But know that this is a safe space and you are welcome here however you are. Start to extend your arms out in front of you if they were folded. If you've got your block underneath your forehead, you're welcome to keep it there. If you need to move it though, please feel free. Bring your hands together in prayer above your head. Let your elbows come to the floor. And then bend your elbows to bring that prayer behind your neck. So feeling your elbows pressing to the ground, your forehead heavy on the floor. And then just feel your armpits kind of opening here, the shoulder blades sliding away from your ears. And there's this sort of broadening across the chest, the back, and under the arms. Feel the back of the rib cage expand as you inhale. And soften with your exhale. Just taking a couple more breaths here. Feeling that connection of the palms together and the body on the earth. Then when you're ready, very gently lower your hands back out in front. And then slowly start to round yourself up to a kneeling position. Now if kneeling is no good, come to a crossed leg, absolutely fine. If you're feeling okay in your feet, I want you to tuck your toes under and let your bum rest on your heels. And then take a nice big reach to the ceiling and inhale. Cross your right hand towards your left elbow and then let your left hand clasp your right elbow. Take a nice big inhale to lengthen your spine. Drawing the belly in, and as you exhale, go for a lean over to your left. So just a gentle pull of your your right elbow with your left hand. And then slowly start to round yourself forward towards your left thigh. Feel that nice big stretch down the right side of the body. Very gently scoop your belly to bring your hands or your arms in front of you. And then slowly return up. Chest lifts, arms reach to the ceiling. Then this time left hand crosses to right elbow. Right hand to left elbow. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And then exhale, tilt over to your right. So getting that nice big stretch down your left side. Your right hand is just gently pressing your left elbow. And then slowly start to round your left shoulder kind of forward towards your right thigh. Then start to lean forward, scoop your belly. So try not to lift your hips away from your heels. Rounding forward. And then slowly lifting the chest. Reach your arms to the ceiling. And then inhale, reach a little taller. Draw the belly in as you exhale, rotate to the right, left hand forward, right hand back. Reach back to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale, rotate to the left. Inhale, back through center. Slowly coming down to find 4-point kneeling. Untuck your toes and give your feet a little bash if you had them tucked under. And then with those hands underneath your shoulders, press the floor away. And then go for a little cat-cow. Tilt your tailbone, lift your chest, find your cow pose. And then exhale, tuck your tailbone, push the floor away, round through the spine, finding your cat. Just moving here with your breath. Inhale as you arch. Exhale as you round. And maybe taking a few little extra movements here, swaying the hips. Maybe circling the ribs. Just taking a couple more breaths, keeping those extra movements within the realm of a cat-cow, but you do you. And then we'll find a flat back. Take your right arm to the ceiling, inhale and reach your hand up. And then exhale to thread your right hand underneath your left, bringing your ear towards the floor, bend your left elbow. And then press up, inhale to the ceiling. Exhale, thread it under. One more time, we inhale. And exhale. Holding here. Reach your left hand to the ceiling, and then maybe taking a bind, bringing your left hand behind your back. Peel your left shoulder open, reaching your right hand nice and long. Take one more breath. And then circle your left hand back down. Reach your right arm to the ceiling and inhale. And then circle your right hand back towards your hip. And then all the way down underneath your right shoulder. We'll take it straight to the other side. Inhale, the left hand up. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale to reach it up. Exhale, thread it under. One more time, we inhale. Exhale and hold it here. Bring your ear to the floor. Maybe staying here, maybe your right arm reaches out long in front and maybe that's enough for you. Maybe you take that half bind. Really actively squeeze your right shoulder blade to open the front of your right shoulder. Taking 2 more breaths. And then replace your hand down. Lift your left arm to the ceiling as you inhale. Slowly circle the hand down and around on your exhale, with your hands landing underneath your shoulders. Shall we tuck the toes? Draw the belly in, press the floor away. Slowly start to hover your knees, and then send your bum back to your heels. There's a little crouch. You can drop the knees if you need to, and then press your hips high, adjusting your feet if you need to find your down dog. So you can pedal through the feet here, excuse me. Getting a little bit of openness through the backs of the legs, through the sides of the hips and the waist. And then gently come to stillness when you're ready. Feet are hip distance apart. Pressing your heels towards the floor. So they don't have to touch the floor, but you're sort of generally pressing in that direction. Maybe the knees are soft, but really tilt your tailbone up so the spine is nice and long. And we're going to lift the heels, scoop the belly and round forward to find a plank. You're welcome to drop your knees, but you're squeezing your bum, drawing your belly in. And then exhale, send your hips high, down facing dog. 2 more like that. Inhale as you ripple forward. Exhale, send the hips high. 1 more time, ripple forward. And send your hips high. This time ripple forward and hold. Float your right foot off the floor, squeeze your bottom. Lower the foot back down, left foot lifts, squeeze your bum. Lower it down. 1 more time, right. And left. Plant the foot down, lift your hips high and find your down dog. And then a ripple forward to your plank. Drop your knees if you need to. We bend the elbows and come all the way down to your belly, all the way to your mat. Take your hands out wide, tent the fingers. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Squeeze your bottom as you lift your chest to find a cobra. And then exhale, melt down. Inhale to peel up. Exhale to melt it down. So really try to use your lower body like a little anchor to lengthen your spine out long. The lift of the chest doesn't have to be high. Think of more of a reach forward than a reach up. 2 more. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. And we press back either through plank or child's pose and up to down facing dog. 2 more rolling planks. We come forward, ripple the belly and come into your plank. Separate your feet a little bit wider. Lift your right foot off the floor and then maybe challenge yourself to lift your left arm long. And then lower down. Lift your hips high, so you've got that wide stance in your down dog. And then ripple forward. Lift your left leg, float the toes, and then see if you can float that right arm out. Lower the hand, lower the foot. Lift the hips high. Nice job. All right, let's lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, and just start to walk your feet towards your hands to the top of your mat. Separate your feet so they're a little bit wider than hips. Grab a hold of your opposite elbows and just let yourself hang here in your ragdoll. You can go for a little rock from side to side, swaying the torso and the arms. You can gently nod the chin, or gently rock the head from side to side. Just letting the neck get nice and loose. And then release the hands to the floor. Inhale and take a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, start to reach up to the ceiling. Big stretch up with the arms. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to find your plank. Drop the knees if you need to. Bend the elbows coming down through chaturanga, through to up dog or cobra. And then we'll all meet back in down facing dog. We take a breath here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward, lift your heels. Step, walk or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and stretch up. Give your butt a little squeeze. And then exhale, draw the belly in as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, find your plank. Bring your weight forward. If you need to, drop your knees. Lower down through chaturanga to cobra or up dog. And then we will meet in down dog. Taking a breath here. Side out. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Walk towards the top of your mat. Find your forward fold. Inhale, start to reach up. All the way up to stand. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, sink your bottom down, shift your weight slightly back into your heels, and then inhale to reach your arms up to find your chair. So really drawing the belly in, watching you're not rounding and tucking your tailbone under. You want to keep the spine nice and long. Breathing here. Your choice is to stay and hold your chair, or you can go for a lift of your heels, press them down, shift your weight into your heels. So weight shifts forward into the balls of the feet, shifts back into your heels. One more time, we'll lift the heels up, lower them down, reach to the ceiling, giving your bum a little squeeze as you inhale, maybe finding a little back bend. And then exhale, fold all the way forward, step back to your down facing dog. From here, let's take the right leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Bend your knee and open your hip. And then draw your knee towards your chest, shoulders come over wrists. Inhale, sweep it back. One more time, knee comes into chest, hold it. Step your foot between your hands. Lower your back knee down, keep the toes tucked, and lift up to find your low lunge, Untitled. Beautiful, so squeeze your left butt cheek. Watch this right knee stay stacked over your ankle. And just lean slightly into your lunge. So really squeezing your left butt cheek to open the front of your left hip. Take a nice big inhale to lengthen your spine. As you exhale, twist to your left, right hand forward, left hand back. Inhale, come back to center. Twist to your right, left hand forward, right hand back. Come back to center. One more time to the left. Watching as you come back to the right, that your right hip doesn't hike up. Try to keep the hips nice and level. Come back through center. Lovely. From here, left hand takes a hold of right elbow. Right hand takes left elbow. Draw your shoulders down and back. And then as you exhale, let's go for a little lean over to the right. Inhale, come all the way up. One more time, exhale to the right, little gentle pull on that left elbow. Come all the way up. Separate the arms. And then find your half split. So straighten your front leg as you fold. Maybe the arms sweep back behind your hips, squeezing shoulder blades. Maybe you need your hands on the floor for balance, totally fine. And then we're going to come back to our low lunge. Squeeze your left butt cheek to lift the chest, lift the arms. Exhale, dig your right heel in, flex your toes back to your right knee as you fold. One more time, lift up. And then fold into your half Hanuman, your half split. Staying here. So squeeze the shoulder blades, reach your fingertips back behind you if you're floating your arms. One more breath. And then we'll all plant the left hand down. Gently start to draw your right hip down and back as you reach your right arm up a little or a lot, just to try and wrap your chest towards the right side. Take one more breath. Beautiful. And then lowering your hand down, coming back to bend your front knee, plant your foot. Beautiful. From here, let's tuck the back, if the toes aren't tucked, tuck the back toes. Press that back knee up. Find a simple twist. So just reaching your right arm to the ceiling. Watch this front knee isn't falling in or out. Keep squeezing your back thigh and your back glutes. And then right hand to the floor. Sweep your right leg back, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. And then place your foot back to down dog. Ripple forward, find your plank. Come down through your flow. You can drop the knees if need be. We'll meet in up dog, in down dog. And take a breath. And then take your left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Knee draws into nose, shoulders over wrists, tiger curl. Sweep it back. Last one here, we come in and hold. And then step your foot between your hands. Drop the back knee and lift up to low lunge. If stepping your foot in between your hands is a little tricky, just step your foot wherever it lands and then just wriggle the foot forward. Totally fine. We all get there in the end. So a big reach up to lengthen out of the spine. Squeeze your right butt cheek to open the front hip. And then twist to your right, open twist. Back to center, twist to your left. Back to center, to the right. One more time, center, to the left. Come back through center. And then let the right hand take a hold of the left elbow. Your left hand takes a hold of the right elbow. And then lengthen up out of the pelvis. And as you exhale, go for that little side stretch over to your left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, up. Exhale, side stretch. Then inhale, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, find your half split. So nice and strong through that front leg as you straighten the knee. Flex the toes. Inhale, reach to find your low lunge. Exhale, half Hanuman, straighten that front knee. Plug that left thigh back, hip crease rolling back. Inhale, lunge. One more time, we're going to hold the half split here. You can bring your hands down to support you. Otherwise, keep them floating. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and back so the chest is open, belly drawing in. One more breath. And then keep this left hip rolling down as you land your right hand. Left arm starts to reach up, rotating the chest. Keep this left hip nice and low. Make sure it's not hiking up. Take one more breath in this twist. And then come forward. Hands frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes and lift your knee. Lift your left arm and find simple twist. Strong through that back leg. Squeeze your bum. Watch your left knee isn't falling out or in. And then hand lands down. Step your left foot back. Lift your hips, down dog. And then ripple forward to plank. Come through your flow. Your choice to drop the knees or not. And then we'll all meet in down dog. You can pedal the feet out here. Do what feels good. Make sure you're breathing. Try and smooth out that breath. Ground yourself here into your mat. And then finding stillness when you're ready in your dog. All right, let's take that right leg to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. And then pull your knee in towards your nose, shoulders over wrist, tiger curl. Sweep it back. This time, right knee to right elbow. Sweep it back. Right knee, left elbow. Sweep it back. And then pull it into the chest. Step your foot between your hands, or get it between your hands, however you do. Come to the fingertips and puff the chest forward for runner's lunge. Squeeze your back leg, squeeze your left glutes.
And then exhale, fold, straighten your front knee and find pyramid pose. And then we float. Inhale to runner's lunge. Exhale to pyramid. Your front knee doesn't have to be all the way straight. It might be a little bend, it might be no bend. All good. You're trying to send your tailbone high. Get nice and high on that back foot. So heel is lifted. Next time you find pyramid, let's hold it. Taking a breath. Can you plug that right hip back a little? Keep drawing the belly in. Relax the neck. Beautiful. And come forward to bend your front knee. Bend your back knee slightly as you lift up to find Crescent Lunge. So back heel should be nice and lifted. Press through the balls of the left foot. Ground down through your front leg. Let's straighten both knees and reach the arms to the ceiling. As you exhale, cactus your arms. Bend your front knee a lot. Bend your back knee a little. Inhale, stretch arms and legs. 2 more. We bend. And stretch. Left glute still squeezing. And stretch. Hold it here, nice and tall. Beautiful. From here, fold into arrowhead. So bend your front knee, sweep your arms back, and come into that nice straight left leg. It's almost like you're going to pounce forward. But we're not. Not yet. Beautiful. Let's lift up to Crescent Lunge one more time. And then find arrowhead. Keep that nice deep bend in your right knee. Beautiful. Simply lower your left hand down. Right arm to the sky. Find simple twist. You're welcome to stay here or come into side plank, which remember you can always drop your lower knee down. So we roll to the outer blades of the feet to step that right foot back. Can also look like this with the left knee down is fine. Hold it here. Try to keep those hips stacked. And just 2 times, we're going to lift that top leg. Pull your elbow and your knee together in front of the body. Inhale, stretch it out long. Woo, one more time. Exhale it in. Stretch it out. And then come back to plank. Flip it over into wild thing on the other side. So left foot behind right leg. Press your hips and heart up. Opening through the hips. And then release down. Find down dog. Sweep your right leg up, 3-legged dog. And then pull your right knee in to your right elbow. Extend your right leg out to find fallen triangle. So squeeze your bum, both feet planted on the floor. Left arm reaching. One more breath. And then land your left hand down. Sweep right leg back, 3-legged dog. Step your right foot outside your right hand. And then step your left foot outside your left hand, squatting down into Malasana. So here, if you've got your block, you can pop it underneath your bottom. So you can kind of have a little bit of support here. It might help you to elevate your chest, lengthen through the spine a little more, and get that openness going through the hips. So a year ago, I couldn't do this at all. So goes to show what practice, consistent practice can help with. Much more open in my hips. Still got a ways to go, but it feels good. If you would like to, you can stay here in Malasana for a few more breaths, or you can come down through crow. So you plant your hands underneath your shoulders, lift up onto your toes to pull your knees into the backs of your arms. Really ground down through the hands, shifting your weight forward and let your gaze go forward. And then maybe lifting one foot off the floor and then lifting the other foot. This might be enough to get the strength and the confidence to then maybe one day, it may not be today, lift both feet and find balance in crow. Once I've had enough of playing with that, we'll step back to down dog and then option to roll through a flow. Your choice. If you were just doing crow, you might want to drop the knees, come down to cobra, just to take a little bit of pressure off the wrists. Maybe come back to child's pose to tent your fingertips. And then we all meet in down dog. Beautiful. Take your right foot to the ceiling once again. Bend your knee, open your hip. Pull your knee in towards your nose. Sweep it back. Pull it in and hold. Step your foot between your hands. Lift your chest and find runner's lunge. And then exhale. Roll your left heel down. Sweep your left arm up and find warrior two. So arms to a T. I'll turn around, arms to a T. Nice bend into this front knee, so right knee tracks over your ankle. Left leg is nice and long. Let's flip the palms straight in the front knee to reverse your triangle. And then come down to triangle pose. So arms to a T, send the hips back, reach the arm forward, lengthening through the side waist as you bring your right hand to the floor. It may not reach the floor, it may be just on your shin. You might want to rest your arm on your thigh. Just do what works for you. It's more about the length through your waist and the strength through your legs. All right, here we go. We're going to bend into the right knee, side angle. And then if your forearm is on your thigh, start to walk your hand towards the top of your mat. Start to hop your left foot in a little bit closer. Right knee is still bent. And then start to lean into your right foot a little more, even into the hand, and also you can have your block here underneath your hand if you need to. Start to maybe float your left toes off the floor. If you can, flex the foot, squeeze your bum to lift that leg up nice and high. So this is your half moon. Really feel that groundedness through your right foot, connection to the floor. You might like to start to float your right hand off the floor or off your block, finding a little balance. Today maybe you might be like me and that balance might be a little bit challenging. Keep drawing the belly in, legs nice and strong. Take one more breath. And then lower down to your runner's lunge really gracefully. All right, graceful does not matter. Let's sweep the right leg back, three-legged dog. Bend your knee and open your hip. If you would like to, come with me into flip dog. So you just flip yourself over, your feet are evenly placed, and then lift your hips, opening your chest and your pelvis to the sky, and then coming back to down facing dog. If you want to, again, ripple forward, come down through a flow, totally optional. Flows can just be holds in down dog or indeed child's pose. So we'll pedal through the feet. I'm just going to turn myself back around. Beautiful. All right, from here we take the left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Pull the knee in towards the nose, tiger curl. Inhale, sweep back. Left knee, left elbow. Sweep it back. Left knee, right elbow. Sweep it back. Left knee comes to chest, step your foot wherever it lands and then just shimmy it up in between your hands. And then lift yourself up into runner's lunge. Ooh, I really got ahead of myself. Puff your chest forward, inhale. And then exhale, we'll lift your hips, straighten your front knee, finding your pyramid. Beautiful. Exhale to come forward. Sorry, inhale to come forward. Look, as long as you're breathing, doesn't really matter. But the inhale to come forward might help to open your chest. The exhale might help you to fold and find that space in the back of your leg. Let's go for one more. Find runner's lunge. And then find pyramid and hold. Strong through your back leg. Heel lifted, butt lifted, spine long. Barely drawing in. Check with your breath. One more inhale. And exhale. Start to bend into your front knee, bend into your back knee as you lift up to your crescent lunge. So squeezing your right butt cheek here to open your right hip. Straighten both knees as you reach to the ceiling as you inhale. And then exhale, cactus the arms, bend the knees. Two more like that. Inhale to reach. Exhale to bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Beautiful. And then fold forward, find arrowhead. So bend to your front knee. Back leg stays nice and long. Like you're ready to pounce forward. And then we reach up. One more time, fold. And reach. This time we fold forward, hands plant down, left arm reaches up to find your simple twist. And then I invite you to come into your version of side plank. The right knee might drop down. You might just hold your side plank or lift that top leg. Reach your left arm overhead and pull knee to elbow. Extend it out. Just one more, in and out. Beautiful. From here, bringing your left hand down, flipping it over to find wild thing with the right foot behind left leg. We lift up, opening the hips, opening the heart. And then come back to down dog, left leg to ceiling, three-legged dog. Pull your left knee in towards your right elbow. Extend your left leg out. Land your right heel down. Press through both feet, strong through the legs in your fallen triangle. Take one more breath. And then the right hand down. Left leg back to three-legged dog. And then bring your left foot outside, your left hand. Right foot outside, right hand. Maybe grabbing your block to find your squat. So we won't be here for as long this time. If you want to come through crow, go for it. Pressing that floor away, pushing those shoulder blades apart across your back. And even if you're just playing with this position, it's fine. If you want to, lifting up both feet. Might just be for a microsecond. And then we all press back to find down dog. Maybe flowing through a modified flow, saving the wrists, tenting the fingertips as you find child's pose. But we'll all meet back in down dog. Take a breath. Let it go. And then left leg to the ceiling. Tiger curl, just two of those. Knee comes in. Sweep it back. Knee comes in to hold. Plant your foot wherever it lands. Wiggle it up between your hands. And then bring your right heel down as you lift yourself up to find your warrior two. So really ground down through your back foot. Little turn of the toes in so the outer edge of your foot is parallel to the end of your mat. Let's reverse our triangle. Straighten the front knee. Lift that left arm up and over. And then arms come to a T. Inhale to reach long. Send your hips back. Keep the waist long as you fold into your triangle. Wrap your right shoulder back. Really ground down through the feet. Remember, you can have your arm resting on your thigh. If you need to, just keep lengthening your waist so spine is nice and long. And then start to bend into your side angle. Maybe your left hand comes to the floor. Maybe you'll extend your side angle with your right arm overhead. And then looking down to the floor, reach your right arm back to the ceiling if you were doing anything else with it. Start to walk your left hand in front of your foot. You can start to hop your right foot in. And then when you're ready, start to squeeze your bum to lift your right leg up. Take your time. Remember, you've got your block to have under your hand if you need to. And then maybe you can kick that right leg a little higher. Keep your left knee soft. Maybe you can open your right hip a little further. And then maybe seeing if you can find that balance, playing around with lifting your left hand off the floor. Keep this lifted leg nice and strong. Just taking one more breath. And then land your hands. Slowly lower your right foot down. Hands land down. Sweep your left leg back. Beautiful. And then maybe taking your flip dog, lifting up through the hips. And then coming back to down dog. Your choice, go for a flow or just stay in down dog for a couple of breaths. Once you've come back to down dog, take your right foot to the ceiling one last time. Bend your knee, open your hip, and then step your right foot outside your right hand. Lower your back knee down, untuck the toes, and finding a modified lizard lunge. You might roll to the outer blade of your right foot. You might like to press your right hand into your thigh. So really allowing yourself into this little twist. If you would like to go further into the twist and find twisted monkey, go for it. Pick up your back foot and reach your right hand around to grab your left top of your foot. And then from here, see if you can just lean a little further into your right side. So into the side that you're gazing towards. Just so you're not collapsing into your left shoulder. Getting a little bit more openness through the right side. So again, just connecting to the body through your breath. Feeling those touch points on the floor supporting you here. Take one more breath. And then release your back foot without slingshotting. Bring your right hand back to the floor. Simply sweep your right leg back and just take a moment here in child's pose. Maybe giving your hips a little rock from side to side. And then slowly round yourself up. Tuck your toes and lift your hips high to down dog. Left foot lifts to the ceiling, bend your knee, open your hip. And then step your left foot outside, your left hand, back knee comes down, untuck the toes. So again, finding your version of lizard. It might be with the foot flat. It might be with the foot slightly lifted, so you're resting on the outer blade of your left foot. You may like to press your left hand into your knee, rotating the chest around, or taking it into twisted monkey, lifting that back leg to grab your foot with your left hand. This can feel quite strong on the quads and the hip. And if you start to cramp in your hamstring, just release your foot. Don't try and breathe or move through a cramp here. Just let it go. Maybe shake it out. And maybe come back to it, but maybe just coming back to the original lizard lunge. Doing what your body is asking for right now. Taking a little bit of that lean into the left side of the body if you can. Taking 2 more breaths. And then without slingshotting your back foot, release it down. Plant your hand. Step your left foot back to 4-point kneeling. And then just slowly lower to a child's pose. And then come back to 4-point kneel, tuck your toes, lift your hips to down dog. And then just slowly start to walk your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Inhale and take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly roll yourself up, all the way to stand. Reach to the ceiling, let your right hand grab your left wrist. Gently inhale to reach your arms tall, and then exhale, go for a little lean over to your right. Come up through center, grab a hold of the right wrist, and exhale, lean to your left. A little squeeze of your bum. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine long. And then exhale, cross your ankles to come onto your bottom. Maybe bringing your block with you here to come into Pashimottanasana, our forward fold. So bring your bottom onto your block. Send your legs out long. You may not need the block, that's totally fine, but lifting the hips just helps you to lift up out of your pelvis to get more length through your spine. So inhale and reach up to the sky, drawing the belly in. And as you exhale, folding forward, keep scooping the belly in towards your spine to help get that length through your back. Flex your toes. Try not to pull on your feet or your legs here. So if your hands can land down next to your legs, that's perfect. Do not have to strain here. As you inhale, go for a little halfway lift. Lift your chest. See if you can lengthen through your spine a little more. And then as you exhale, maybe deepen the forward fold slightly. Taking a few more breaths. Relaxing the face and the jaw, the shoulders, the neck. And then slowly rolling all the way back up. Taking your block out from underneath you. With your feet planted, knees bent, we'll come into reverse tabletop just for a couple of breaths. So we won't be here for too long. So hands come behind your hips with the fingertips turned outwards. Feet parallel and in line with your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades back to open your chest. So you're elevating up out of your shoulders, and then exhale to press through your feet, squeeze your bottom, and lift your hips up. Your gaze can stay forward. If it feels okay, you can take your neck or your head back, but if that puts any strain, just tuck the chin back in towards the chest. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades, pushing through the hands and the feet, and then gently release all the way down. Beautiful, scoot your bum up and then slowly start to roll yourself onto your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And then plant your left foot down, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And then if this feels enough, stay here, just opening up through this right hip. But if you need more, you pick up your left knee and hug it in towards your chest. Flex your right foot back towards your right knee, just to prevent the knee from twisting. And try to keep your tailbone down on the floor. So watch you're not lifting your pelvis up into the air. Your spine should feel quite long and heavy on your mat. You might want a little extra and press your right knee away from you gently with your right hand. Just doing whatever you feel like your body is asking you for right now. And that may be just to go into happy baby. Taking one more breath. Drop your left foot back to the floor. Keep your right ankle on your left thigh. Take your arms out wide and just gently rock your left knee over to the right with your right ankle sort of staying on your thigh. Taking one more breath. And then come up through center. Cross your right thigh all the way over your left. Shuffle your bottom over to the right side of your mat and let your knees fall to the left. Encourage your shoulders to be heavy. The knees don't have to come anywhere near the floor. And if the cross of the legs doesn't feel good, just uncross and stack the knees. That's fine. Feeling the support of the floor underneath you. Take 2 more breaths. Take your hands behind your head and then just roll onto your left side. So you're sort of in this little curled up fetal position, knees stacked, elbows stacked on top of each other. And then inhale, start to wrap your right elbow open, wrap your shoulder back, and then inhale, close it down. Open and close. One more time. Open and close. Gently roll onto your back on the inhale. Separate your arms wide. Go for a little sway of your knees from side to side. And then find center. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Maybe staying here, flexing your toes towards your knee. Or lifting your right knee up, hugging it in. Try to keep that tailbone down. Maybe gently pressing your left thigh away from you as you gently pull your right knee in. Be really gentle here. We don't want to try and force anything on our hips or our knees. I'm just checking here on the face, the neck and the shoulders. No unnecessary tension, not holding or gripping. One more breath. And then lower your right foot down. Arms go wide as you let your right knee fall to the left. Your left ankle just stays heavy on your right leg. Not pushing your right knee down, just letting both legs be naturally heavy. And then slowly come back through center. Cross your left thigh all the way over. Shuffle your bum to the left and then just let your knees fall to the right. And again, if the twist isn't good, just stack the knees. Adjusting where you need to. You might just shift your bum further towards the left, further towards the right. Move your shoulders around. And then slowly start to bring your hands behind your head, rolling over onto your right side. And then inhale, peel your left elbow up and back. And exhale, close it down. 2 more. Inhale to open. Exhale, close. 1 more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And then gently roll onto your back. Your choice with an inversion here. You may like to just come to legs up the wall. So just legs reaching to the ceiling. Try to keep them soft, even though they're lifted. Or you can start to lift your hips, supporting them with your hands to find a shoulder stand. So lifting your hips, keeping them quite elevated. Pressing the back of your head gently into the floor. Pressing the backs of your arms into the floor. Or you might want to come into plow. So keeping the hips elevated as you take your feet overhead. Still strong through the arms. Lifting the hips. Whichever position you're taking, make sure you are supporting your hips here. Take one more breath. And then very slowly, coming out of your inversion. And then maybe swaying your knees from side to side, maybe hugging them into the chest. You're welcome to take happy baby here. And then when you're ready, send your legs long. Take your arms out by your side. Close down your eyes. Coming into Shavasana. Again, here if you would like to, taking that same mudra we did at the start of class. So taking your index finger and curling it into your thumb. And then taking the tips of your middle finger and ring finger to the tip of your thumb on both hands. The pinky finger just extends out gently in a relaxed manner. Allowing yourself this stillness, this safety and security of where you are right now in this moment. And if it helps, just gaze into that darkness behind your eyes. That darkness that stretches out infinitely. I'll leave you here for a few moments in silence. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. Release the hands as I let the fingers relax out. Palms facing up. And when you're ready, you can wriggle the fingers and toes. Maybe gently rock the head from side to side. If it feels good and you've got the room, reach your arms overhead. And as you inhale, find a nice big stretch from fingers to toes. And on your exhale, just let everything relax. Slowly roll yourself onto one side. And just let yourself be here for a moment. Feel the connection of the side of your body to the floor. And again, feeling that safety and security, that groundedness, steadiness, with that connection to the earth. Keeping the eyes closed, slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat. And if you would like to, hands come together in prayer at heart center. Feeling the connection of the fingertips and palms, the connection of your thumbs to your sternum. And then coming to gratitude here for your practice, for the time you've taken to move your body, connect with your breath. To find that space within you that is the connection to the entire universe. And to acknowledge that that same space within you is the same space within me, and indeed within all of us. You humbly bow and say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to bringing you some more yoga for our online library. I really hope you've enjoyed this practice. I really invite any feedback, so please feel free to get in touch with me either via email or on Instagram at _everyday_moves. And I really look forward to connecting with you there. And again here sometime really soon. Have a wonderful day.